What is going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Mystery Knife Collection live giveaway event. I have, as the title suggests, a small knife collection consisting of 10 knives that are totally mysterious and off camera, and you can't see them right now, but we'll be giving all of those away tonight. Should be really fun, and there's some pretty special stuff in there, so should be a good time. Also, I want to say this right off the bat. I really appreciate all the people who have joined my membership program here on YouTube. Sorry, I'm going to mute that. I have always tried to make that fun and inexpensive and give you guys the badges and the swords and stuff. But I think I could do better. So let me start this off by saying that absolutely nothing about my channel is going to change. I will continue to do free live streams for everybody. I will continue to give away lots of knives. You don't have to join anything. What I would like to do for the people who have joined the membership program and are paying to support me, I would like to do something extra for you guys. Not charge you any more or not create like a new tier that you have to pay. No. In addition to what I already do, I'm going to start doing members only live streams. Again, in addition to what I normally do for free. So nothing about the current free live streams are going to change. I'm just going to continue to give away knives. You don't have to be subscribed. You don't have to be, like paying me a subscription fee, or you don't even have to be subscribed to my channel. You don't have to be a patron. I'm going to continue to do this for free. I'm going to do an extra members only live stream for my members, since YouTube gives me that option. When am I going to do this? I don't know. What are we going to do during those streams? It's a secret, but I'll make it worth your while. Wink, wink. But yeah, to the members, thank you so much. I just feel like I could do more for you guys than badges and emojis, and it's been really cool. You guys have been super supportive, but there are so many of you, and I do something special for my patrons, and every week. So I feel like eventually I can do something special for channel members. So, excuse me, if you want to join the channel membership program, you can. It's optional. It's linked in the description. Says become a member of my channel. But yeah, should be cool. Recreational RC and EDC says change it all. Bummer, sadness. I don't think I will. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. What is the wrapped knife on the top right? Oh boy. It's not time for that yet. It's not time. You're not ready for that yet. I'll get it out here in a little bit, but nobody's ready for that. Bradford Mitchell gifting 10 memberships. There you go. Thank you very much, Bradford Mitchell. Appreciate that. I got an opportunity to do I still have to get up and go take my son to football tomorrow morning. We got to drive, but not nearly as early as we have been. And I'd been doing Saturday streams for so long. I was like, man, I got to get back to doing like Friday streams for sure. So tonight's event is a Friday evening event. Yes, we will go back to doing Terrible Knives Live, but I don't want to make that like the new normal for the live stream. I want to do some regular streams and then mix in Terrible Knives Live here and there. And I don't want anybody to get burnt out on it. Nick didn't do it every single weekend. I'm not going to do it every single weekend. I want to make it fun. I want to make it a special thing. So that's what we're going to do. Imagine it was a cold hot dog. Well, that would be a weird thing to put under there. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what that knife is. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. And you probably pooped your pants. First time in a live stream, how does this work? I made it real simple. Here's all the instructions right there in the middle of the table. Thanks for being here. Oh boy, this is gonna be an expensive week for a lot of people. The EMP EDC is dropping. I should provide links, but the EMP EDC Pulse R is dropping tomorrow. The Winter Blade Co. knives are dropping next, like, Wednesday or something like that. The new Django XL just dropped. God, this is sick. It's a bunch of stuff, man. Thank you. Nick Groff's EDC, member for 2 years. 2 years. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, for current members and new joining members, I'm going to try to start doing special streams. I don't know when. I don't know how I'm going to fit it into my schedule, but I'm going to try to make it happen. So. Links are, they can be, yeah. All my links are safe, but you mean in terms of your wallet? Yeah, absolutely. If you click a link on my channel, it's going to take you somewhere that shows you something you're going to want to buy. That's intentional. But I try to make the links all go to good stuff. Yeah. The Spidey Mill, or they call it the Spidey Militop because of the red and blue. Yeah, it's super cool. Thanks for helping people add or start a knife collection. Yeah, I like doing that. I just want to be real careful, you know, about like where people start, and you know, you don't want to jump in too quick. You don't want to feel obligated to spend an enormous amount of money, you know. Newer people, I think it's really important to get them a good place to start and get them, you know, in a place that's not like financially insane. I think it's always best to start at the very beginning, obviously. I mean, it's best to start at a very inexpensive place. You can get a great knife for $30. QSP Penguin is a great place to start. Hey, MC, Sam from Boston here. What's up, man? Thanks for the kind words of the Tyconic top liner lock overall. Yeah, absolutely. You guys are creating a lot of stuff that is just really, really great right now, and your use of the top liner lock is phenomenal. I hope you have plans to use that in literally everything because it's so good. The Vosteed Raccoon is one of the very best budget knives on earth, specifically the one with the top liner lock. And pretty much everybody knows it. This thing is amazing. Yeah, I appreciate you guys making great stuff. Started with Victorinox. Victorinox is a great place to start, for sure. Why don't I send outside the U.S.? There's a lot of complications with that. I'm risking a lot, especially with the channel, by doing that. And the problem is that you have so many countries with so many different rules, and I know that there are some channels who will risk it and go ahead and do it anyway. This is my full-time job. I can't take risks. This is, you know, part of my family's income, so it's very important to me. Number one, that I continue to do what I love for a living, and number two, that I don't get in trouble with any laws here or internationally. Yeah, the most recommended Linktree, they were like, hey, we noticed that you're showcasing weapons, and that's a big no-no with Linktree. No, we don't like weapons here. You can only showcase tennis balls and rubber gloves. So we're gonna have to kick you out of our little club. And I was like, bye! I'll go to Beacons, you idiots! Stupid Linktree. I gotta switch that link out. Let's see. Here, hold on. Let me fix it. Sorry, I didn't realize the live stream thing was still messed up. Because the new ones, like the new template has the Beacons link in it. Let me just pull it from another video. There it is. Just gotta fix that on the live stream template. I have different templates depending on what I'm doing. Give me a sec. Oh yeah, it was still Linktree. Okay. That's crazy. Let's fix that there. Excuse me, and then we'll fix it on the actual live stream real quick. What he's referring to is the link in my description that says my most recommended knives all in one place. I will replace that with my beacons link now, and now it should be a totally functional page. Strider knives. So I'll give you a perfectly straightforward answer on that. You will pay too much money for a Strider knife. You will probably like it. It is a very, very good tool. Sometimes the blade won't be centered, and it's really hard to recenter it. The knives come in a wide variety of different steels. Some of them are extremely rare and sought after, and some of them devalue the moment that you buy them. The knives will sometimes develop extreme lockstick, and then it will inexplicably go away within a week. My take on Strider knives is they have some of the best ergonomics in the knife world, and they're super unique and instantly recognizable. A lot of what I love about pocket knives comes from my experience with Strider knives. They are just frustratingly all over the place, and there is no consistent way to get them. There's no they're just like gone, and then there's like an explosion of random stuff, and it's all way too much money, and it's such a wild thing. If you want to buy like a straightforward one for a good tool, you're definitely going to pay a lot of money for something that is made in small batches and made in the United States, and is basically just you just want to support like somebody who's creating something all in-house in the USA. It's not necessarily better than a super inexpensive pocket knife. It's just made with more premium materials, and is legitimately a good tool. So I don't know. It's kind of an all over the place answer, but that's how I feel about them. They're no better than Hinderer knives, Demco knives, Chris Reeve knives. They just cost more money, just because. Like if you could get a full tie Strider Performance Series SNG for $500, that'd be on point. Full titanium Strider SNG in one of the popular flavor steels, yeah, and it was centered all the time and it had no lock stick. $500, sure, no problem. But that you're not gonna get that. Strider or Milwaukee Fastback? I'll take a Strider. Strider bros will pay anything. I mean, like, you could say that about any diehard commitment. Like, you could say Hinder bros will pay anything. If you find something you really like, and you'll pay anything for it. We're all human beings. We all do the same thing. There's no, like, superior fan base, when it comes to like intelligence and it comes to like impulse buying. You find something you want, you're gonna pay for it. Ask me how many times I've overpaid for something I really want. Every week. Hey, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being a member for so long. Pokemon cards. Boy, I don't even want to tell you how much I've paid just in the last year for Pokemon cards, but I am up quite a bit. Wow, those things go up in value very fast. I bought all of mine PSA 10, and I legitimately have an entire Pelican 1450 case full of them. But yeah, those things go up in value quickly. If you pick the right ones, for sure. Wowzers. Have you seen the Essie Sensillo Fixed Blade and CPM Magna Cut? No, I haven't. I should check it out. Should create a future knife series inspired from Excalibur and call it Knight's Edge series or something along those lines. So believe it or not, there is actually an Excalibur series. It's probably not what you're thinking, but it's the series that I created a long time ago. It's in my playlists. The Quest for the Perfect Folding Knife or something like that. That actually led to the development of Excalibur. For people who are just seeing or discovering my channel for the first time or seeing my Excalibur knife for the first time, it's probably like, oh, it looks so straightforward. But if you've been watching my channel since the beginning, you'll know that this idea in my mind of like combining elements of what I loved has been in a 7-year process essentially. Even longer, I guess, since before the channel. And in that series, I kind of detail everything that I'm looking for. And the final Excalibur is 99% of what I said I was looking for years ago in that series. The bumping noise is my kids upstairs. One of them almost certainly has a bouncy ball. They were just at a parade, so they are playing with whatever toys. Stop bouncing that ball! You're ruining my live stream! But great, Blades, thanks for the donation. It's super generous. Thank you very much. AMC, thanks for all the kind words and help with me starting my YouTube channel. Yeah, for sure. I'm still going strong on my uploads. Just got my first over 1,000 views on a single video. Nice! That's amazing. Did you see the Hoghouse did a drop of the Model T? Yes, Hoghouse actually contacted me directly and said, can we send you one? And I said, yes, please. Because one of the most impressive knives I've handled over the last couple of years is the Veli. And that's also by Hoghouse. So I was happy to say yes to the Model T, for sure. Model T Gen 2's Dynamite. Hey, Tri-State, what's up? Subscribe to Tri-State and Butt Great Blades. Yeah, it's one of those giant rubber balls. I mean, like I can tell, I can sense that specific impact on those floors up there. That is definitely a rubber ball. Am I thinking of making designs after Excalibur? Yes. I have... You guys don't know the burden I carry when it comes to secrets. I like, the lore on what is to come is expansive. It is a Marvel universe of things to come. I hold secrets beyond comprehension. But this is... It's something that is being planned for a long period of time. It's not something that can just explode into existence, and I'll tell you exactly why. I think many people would reduce it to, MC has big following, it is super marketing plan. The reality of it is, I want to be very, very careful with the products that I release to the knife community. I don't want to release anything that I haven't poured my heart and soul into. I also want to make sure that everything that I design is being manufactured with the utmost quality. So anything that I do in the future is, it'll be really special, but it will be, this is a long process. I plan on being here for a very long time. But I want to make sure that everybody is happy with the stuff that I release. I don't want to start pumping out a new design every 2 weeks. People are sick of that. I think the knife community would much prefer that new things are really special and have a lot of thought and a lot of care that goes into it. And so I want to do that and make sure that everything is exactly right before I do it. If that makes sense. You see this type of error a lot in the video game industry. Is just things are just underdeveloped and lazily put together, and it's such a bummer when something that you want to be great is just really shitty, you know? And I don't want to like do this thing where I'm like, oh, I made it, so I'm gonna build up this hype train and then just like release ho-hum nothing. I don't want you guys buying a nothing sandwich. I want to deliver really great stuff, and great stuff is coming. I cannot. Oh man, I have great things for you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. But yeah, just, you know, great things coming. PVK has a sister stitch to the Mega one? Hold on, I'm gonna actually go look at that. Hold on. I don't have the funds for this right now, but I would like to look. I love PVK Vegas, and let me be sincere here. I want to be real clear. I have no affiliate link with PVK, but I know the owner, and I love that website. PVK Vegas, to a lot of people, a lot of you maybe have never heard of it. It is a hidden gem of a website for a lot of the knife community. It's an absolutely wonderful place to buy a knife. They have so much cool stuff here, especially if you like autos. But they get wicked stuff every now and then. Oh yeah, they do. Oh no, wait. Is it? Wow, I overpaid so much. You can get my exact stitch for 5,200 here. I'll tell you, I'll be the first to admit I paid way more. I paid 6,300 for mine. Ooh, what a bath. But that's okay. Because you guys can reap the benefits. Only have to pay $5,200 for this. Is that brand new? Yeah, it is. Yeah, go for it. Shoot, if you get $5,000 to spend on a knife, go for it. It's all right. You can laugh at me while you buy it. I don't mind. PVK is a treasure trove for sure. Hey, how about them Chiefs? Oh, man. I'm sure the country really hates the Kansas City Chiefs right now. Oh, God. Oh, guys, as a Chiefs fan, I will admit, you know, it is really boring watching Butker kick field goals into a W for us. And it's also like the level of anxiety watching us squeak ugly wins out, questionable calls, you know, stuff like that on both sides. I mean, like every game has calls that are against the Chiefs. I'm like, that I don't agree with that. But also some calls in favor of the Chiefs where I'm like, what? That makes no. I mean, as a Chiefs fan, I'm glad I benefit from this, but that was really wild, right? Yeah, not the prettiest wins, but we are undefeated, so sorry about that. I'm sure. I know the country's sick of the Chiefs, man, but hey, I'm here for it. Vikings are coming. I miss Kirk. God dang it! What's his name? The quarterback for the Chiefs that went to the Falcons. Gosh dang it! That guy. Who's the quarterback? God dang it! What is his name? Gosh dang it! Kirk Cousins. There we go. I'm a huge fan. I'm also a fan of the Ravens quarterback a lot, and I feel like the Ravens should have, I think, 2 more wins than they do. But what are you going to do? The more you watch football, the more you really like individuals from different teams. Golden Red till I'm dead. Golden Red, 49ers. We play you guys next, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. Also a little nervous about that. For sure. I just don't want to lose to the Raiders. Like that's like a personal, like I just don't want to lose to the Raiders. There's only one team in the NFL where I'm like, I really don't like you guys. It's the Raiders. This is a budget Militon Nitro V. You can go buy like the budget Militon right now. It's really great. It's like $70. I think that's fair. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of different colors. There's so much cool stuff coming. So much cool stuff for me to show you. What do we have in here? Nobody, I guess like hardly anybody was expecting me to go live tonight. That's all right. The Shaman was more expensive than the Bodacious set. In case you review the Bodacious correct. The Bodacious, yeah. Look, the Bodacious, Shaman was more expensive than the Bodacious. That wasn't the case. Yeah, it wasn't. The Bodacious, well, no, I don't know. I feel like I can't remember. They keep changing the price and all that stuff. I did get the Django XL. You can use the link in the description. Open the description for the live stream and scroll down to the Kunwu knives link. It should be pretty easy to find. The Django XL's on their website. It's awesome. This is an amazing knife, and I think the Django XL works way better than the smaller one. The Omega springs are stronger from the factory. This is phenomenal. And the price is good on it too. So good. Thoughts on the Chavez budget line? I think I've got one coming in. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. Oh, my entire stream the stream page just broke. There we go. My Central, yeah. How do you sign up for the giveaway? Right here. Here's your instructions. Link in the description. Open it up. Go to the link. Leave your comment. It's not a trick. I'm not trying to get you to buy anything. It's just where I keep the link. I do appreciate it when you guys actually go into the description and use the link before you buy something. It doesn't cost you anything different, but it helps me. I mean, that's a huge part of how I keep the channel going and how I continue to do this for my job. And the only way to pump out 2 uploads a day and stay on top of everything is by doing this full time. So every time you guys decide you want to buy a knife, if you make the conscious decision to go into my description and actually click the link before you buy something, it really does help. It's obviously not your obligation. You don't have to do that. You know, you can be like, I don't care if you make money. I'll just go buy it somewhere else. That's fine. It's totally up to you. But it does help me, and it keeps the content going. So for the people who do that, I really appreciate it. Do I do giveaways on Patreon? Oh yeah, patrons. Do I do giveaways on Patreon? I feel like patrons are pretty happy with how Patreon works. There's one coming up, actually. Next week will be the monthly Patreon exclusive giveaway. Also, it is 100% of the time a very nice premium knife. I always give away something special on Patreon every single month. So if you want to get in on that, the Patreon link is linked right at the top of chat. There are a lot of benefits to Patreon, and you can join for $1 a month and gain access to literally everything. Don't worry, I will plug it later and we'll talk about it. But for now, let's focus. We gotta stay focused. I'm doing an OTF. I am not doing an OTF. No. The knives on the table are not the giveaway knives. I mean, like, between this one and this one, there's over $10,000. But I'm not giving those away. The stuff on the table is just, like, stuff. It's just stuff to talk about. The giveaway knives are off the table. It's a secret until later. I should do an OTF for the giveaway. There are legal issues with that. The reason I don't give away automatic knives is because there are huge problems with me shipping OTFs to places where they are potentially not legal. And given that the winner is random, that creates a problem. All right, Lucifer. There's almost 700 people in here. We can do this. So this is a maker that I have known. I just knew they existed, and looking at pictures, I was like, yeah, that looks really nice. But I didn't really know anything about it. And Polish Custom Knives reached out and they said, you gotta look at one. Because they said, I think you'll be really impressed. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is a duo out of Ukraine. I think. God, I hope I don't mess that up. Let me show you guys the card here, because this is, if you haven't guessed, it's a special knife. So what we have is a Lesar Aviator Bifrost. 61 HRC Damascene steel. Here's the materials. That's what we're about to look at. I'm going to warn you. This is, as I stated on Instagram, one of the most technically impressive knives that I've ever handled. Anybody who thinks that knives that are made by machine are basically push a button and it's made, this is a knife that makes that statement idiotic. The level of complexity in the knife that you're going to see, love it or hate it, is so beyond. I mean, it is incomprehensible. Okay, enough with the theatrics. We're just going to be quiet. We're just going to be quiet and look at this. Man. Yeah. So, this is a new territory for me. This is very spectacular, guys. Can you believe that? Look at this. Look at this. This is unbelievable. What god made this? This is unreal. Look at the backspacer. Dude, the backspacer alone has more detail than your average $200 knife. Like the entire... I mean, there's more that went into the backspacer than like your common $200 pocket knife. Yeah, it's expensive. Not as expensive as you might think. I think these are between 2,000 and... Well, it's like 2,500 and 3,500. Like I mean, they vary. There's a link. Hey, listen, speaking of clicking on links, do yourself a favor. Open the description, find Polish custom knives, click on it, and find Lesar knives. Do yourself a favor and just go look. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy, guys. That's wacky. Oh, it's super clean. The action's ridiculous. The action's like top tier. Yeah, I mean that Bifrost Aviator is such an epic name for a pocket knife. Gas station woods wood pet. I mean, like, it's a polarizing look, you know, but like, I mean, I think everybody can appreciate the complexity there. And that's why, like, when people say like, oh, it's not custom unless it's handmade, machine complexity can still be incredibly impressive and very intensive in design. You can't just like boop boop beep boop beep beep boop and a computer goes and makes a knife. You can't do that. We'd see that all the time if you could do that. Goku! Not sure how you would go about it, but you should see if you can get a code with White Mountain. That way the code gives a discount you earn from it. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm not sure that White Mountain has a lot of room to do that. We've talked about it before, but it's been a couple of years. But I like White Mountain knives, and I told him, I said, hey, no problem. Like, I name drop you guys a lot, and I really don't mind pushing people your way either way. But I mean, like, if they were interested in it, I would definitely, you know, put links in my description because they're a great retailer. They also have, here's the best thing about White Mountain knives, and a lot of you guys know this. They drop a lot of the cool new budget stuff before anybody else. I don't know how they do it. They must have some special deal with a lot of the OEMs that create a lot of the great budget knives that we see. But they get a lot of stuff first. So if you didn't know that, go check them out. AI-generated knives are what's next. I think it's coming, but I think like before we get stuff that's really, really great, it's going to be a bit. Like, before AI is able to create something that's truly like beyond, like before it's able to like spit something out that's just incredible that would take a human being like years of work, I think we're still a ways off from that. But yeah, AI-generated designs, I think they're an inevitable part of the knife industry's future. We are definitely approaching the age of everyone is a knife designer. It is not, this is not a special thought. It's not a unique thought. It's just something we can all agree on. We are at the cusp of literally everyone can be a knife designer. I've said for years, for the entirety of this channel's existence, what I do is not special. Everybody can do what I do. The way I deliver it, right? My cadence, I guess, that's what's unique to me. Love it or hate it. But everybody can do what I do, and everybody can design a knife. Whether or not everybody loves the thing you designed is, you know, that's up in the air. But can everybody do it? Technically, yeah. We live in a world where that is actually possible. You can literally, the term napkin design means exactly what you think. You can draw a knife on a napkin, and a machine can make it. A couple of things to work around, but yeah, it's true. Don't say you can't. Believe in yourself, all right? I believed in myself, and I had no reason to, and look at me now. Oh, God. Comprehending the reality of what I do is periodically, you know, I sit here and I'm like, oh my God. This is what I do. It's insane. And I love it though. I love it. I love doing this. Sometimes it's boring getting the same thing over and over again, but God, it's so fun. You bought a hindered? Nice. I'm trying to live the dream, man. I'm doing everything in my power to just live my best life. I think that obviously should be everybody's goal. I would highly recommend it. Do everything in your power to live the life that brings you the most happiness. Not everything is rainbows and butterflies, but the closer you get, the better things are. I mean, that sounds so stupid and obvious. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like anything that you can do to like make things, you know, great. Like go for it. Take risks, man. Creating this channel was a gigantic risk. It was a huge dice roll, and obviously there was a potential for it not to go right. But man, I'm so glad I made that decision years ago. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm going all in. Let's do it. And I'm so happy because now I get to do what I love, and I'm in control of it. Nobody tells me what to do, despite what you might read on Reddit. No retailers, no knife makers, no knife designers. Nobody tells me what to do. I get to decide everything. And it's having that type of control and enjoying what I do at the same time and being able to take what I enjoy and share it with other people is the best feeling. It's the best possible outcome. I have hated every napkin drawn print I've ever had to make real. It's the machinist, not the machine. 100%. A truer statement has never been uttered. My wife's cute? I think so too. I think she's cute. That's part of the reason why I married her. Part of. Not the whole reason, but definitely part of it. Bitcoin let me retire. That's awesome, man. That's a dream. You're just like, yeah, I invested in Bitcoin, so now I have 70 bajillion dollars. That's cool, man. I don't hold any resentment for people who made choices, whether you define them as lucky or, you know, strategic or whatever. But if it allowed you to like generate incomprehensible wealth and then you're just happy, like, I think that's great. I don't have incomprehensible wealth, but to the people who have it, like, hey, that's cool that you got there, man. Good job. I hope you continue to be happy. I did, so I mentioned this a while back that I have this dream of owning a TRX, and my boss at the dealership I used to work at, like, he was a sales manager and is now the GM. And we've you know, maintained our friendship, and he called me and he said, this isn't one for you to buy because it's used, and it's the guy who owned it drove the hell out of it, but you should come up here and drive it. So I went up and test drove a TRX for the first time. My God, the power of that truck. I thought I knew. It's totally different. I've driven a Hellcat before, and it's completely different. A Hellcat Challenger or Charger is pretty squirrely. It's a little chaotic. It's got a lot of power, but there's not a lot of weight, and the tires really want to spin. The thing wants to go nuts. A TRX is full traction, wide base, all grip. The centered G-forces, it was like a Kamehameha blast to the chest. Oh my God, the power. And you're operating a tank, but it's flying like through space and time. It's unbelievable. It's an absolute monster. I love it. Pure happiness. It's amazing. I don't want a sleeper. I want everybody to go, that guy's a douche and has a tiny wiener. I want a truck that says that, you know, because it's not for anybody else, it's for me. The problem, of course, is the price tag. 1,000 horsepower 911 turbo. That is a death machine, dude. A 911 turbo with 1,000 horsepower. That's a freaking death machine. You like, yeah, that's crazy. It's like a wicker jetpack. Like that's such a it's a death wish. That's cool though. I just love like big stupid V8s. I love big stupid loud V8s. I want to feel that thunder, man. It's such an awesome. I don't like. Some people get obsessed with it, and other people just think it's stupid. But I love it. I want to feel it on my chest. God, so cool. The supercharger whine off that TRX is nasty. So nasty. So cool. I love drag races, man. I love going to monster truck shows. Like, I'm such a big dumb American, and I love it. It's just, my kids love going to those shows, and I'm like, watch this, watch how fast, you know, that grip and rip. I love that. I like watching Cletus McFarland. God, that is such an awesome channel. It's just the most if you're watching from another country, I would recommend just for entertainment, subscribe to Cletus McFarland because it's the most American. It's the most like it's in terms of like automotive stuff. It's the most American YouTube channel. It's so dumb. Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Cletus McFarland YouTube channel. God. He made that regular cab short bed TRX. They modified it. That little lumpy little devil machine. I love that thing, man. I love those little, the old Chevy Silverado, the Super Sports. The Chevy SS Silverado, like the old regular cab short bed. God, those are cool. I love those things. Super rare, the 454s. I mean, rare in like really good condition. I think those trucks are awesome. The Trailblazer SSs are also really cool. There's a guy in town who has one, and he's got some crazy exhaust on it. And it's like super modded, but he takes good care of it, and I think it's really neat. Or the Typhoon, yeah, one for the dude. Did he ever? Can somebody answer me? Did he ever actually get a Mountain Dew sponsorship? Because I remember that being a joke. I subscribed to his channel when he had 480,000 subs. Like I was an early sub, and I was like, this guy's gonna take off. And I know he kept joking around about being sponsored by Mountain Dew, and he really wanted it. And did they ever sponsor him? Because I feel like that would have been a no-brainer. I just can't remember that ever officially being the case. Yeah, it's an early sub for a channel like that because he's in the millions now. And he's a huge deal, but I got the feeling, I was like, this guy's gonna be a winner. No Dew sponsor. Worst decision Mountain Dew ever made was not sponsoring Cletus McFarland. Are you kidding me? That's a real waste. That's a real waste. We finally got people. We finally got almost 1,000 people in here, man. People are like, I guess he's not doing Fridays anymore, so he's doing Saturdays now. I can't complain about 900 people watching me live. Thank you to everybody who's watching me live. I appreciate it. Somebody tonight is going to win a pile of knives. Some great stuff. He's got 4 million subs. Yeah, I'd say 480,000 was an early sub. Cletus has 1,320 videos. The way that channel is set up is really good because it doesn't require a crazy amount of editing. And it's basically just like hold the phone, and then they got a guy who goes through and does like simple edits, and they have an unlimited supply of content. They burn money to have fun and make astronomically more. What a job. I want to build death machines and race them for a living and have people watch me and get paid for it. Like, unreal. So it won't be a 700K live stream. It'll be 750,000. We'll do 750,000. Will be the next major event, and then ideally, like I can say pretty confidently, this channel will hit 750,000 at some point. If the channel does actually reach 1 million, the craziest giveaway, I can promise you the craziest giveaway the knife world has ever seen will be if I hit 1 million subs. But at this point, I can tell you confidently it's going to require the help of some pretty lucky YouTube shorts, because that's where sub generation is. For example, if you guys want to know an interesting fact about this channel, the short that I did, the most viewed piece of content on this channel is a YouTube short that has the gold Reich cicada as the thumbnail. And that YouTube short has 20 million views. That single short generated 100,000 subscribers to this channel by itself. It's no secret that YouTube Shorts, if they get a lot of views, are the very best at generating subscribers. One video generated 100,000 subscribers on this channel. I don't mind people knowing that. Now, how many of those subs watch my long-form content? That's the kicker. How valuable are those subs? 5%. 5 to 8% of them will watch my regular content, which is the content that I truly love to make. So, it's cool to have all those subs. Not many of them will watch my regular content. They're pretty much just watching my shorts. So, I have a whole different fan base that is only aware of my short-form content. All right. They should salute my shorts. Give shorts tips for small creators. You got to be super loud and super engaging in the first second of your video. It's also important to show things in rapid. I mean, like, you got to understand that. I mean, the normal attention span for somebody who is scrolling on shorts, it's so you're jingling keys for babies. That's what you're doing. So you have to think in the simplest terms possible. You need to show a lot of really interesting, weird stuff. You're unable to provide a lot of context within 1 minute, so there's no reason to. You need to wow them really quick, and you need to show more than one thing. In my case, it's super easy because I have a lot of really strange knives. So showcasing a whole bunch of stuff with very little context, and it's like, here's a bunch of stuff you've probably never seen. You know, here you go, whatever. Like, I mean, that's how you do it. Fast succession, explosive. Really, I like to put classical music in the background because it's recognizable. People are like, where have I heard this, song? Like, in the Hall of the Mountain King. It's hard to identify, but you know that it's a song from your childhood. So that sense is covered. You're staying there for the song. You're also being shown a lot of stuff that you didn't know existed in rapid succession. You'll get subs for that. Face reveal? Man, I've shown my face a bajillion times. I'm Diet Chris Pratt. Everybody knows this. I put my face in live stream thumbnails sometimes. If you scroll back far enough on my Instagram, there's a picture of me flexing. I'm glad that not many people know about that. But it's there. Timu Chris Pratt is much better. That's much more. That's a much better take. I am back. I'm down to 220. I've been exercising like crazy, working out like crazy. My diet is on point. I'm down to 220 pounds, and I squeezed on a pair of 32-inch waist jeans. I'm not that. I need to get down to 210 before my waist is back to a 32. It's probably a 33 or so right now. But I'm almost at 210 pounds. I'll fit in a 32 waist, and like this is the leanest. I got the top 4 abs, man. I'm feeling good. Heavy on the legs, heavy on the deadlift, heavy on the squats. Feeling good. Spaghetti Lord. I gotta do Spaghetti Wizard t-shirts. Would you guys like that? I'm not all about like pushing out merch or anything like that, but if you guys like want Spaghetti Wizard t-shirts with like old school, like faded, kind of like almost like dungeon fantasy 80s stuff, like if you want a Spaghetti Wizard shirt with almost no context to the channel, I think that'd be awesome. I didn't draw yet. No, if you're just joining, don't worry. The giveaway is going to happen fairly soon. Why did people keep bringing up me and okay? First of all, like the Metal Complex and Neve's imaginary boxing match. You guys have kept that alive for a couple of years. Number 1, where did that come from? Number 2, Jared and I are very friendly. There's no beef. There never has been. We've always been YouTube buddies. I don't understand where this like fight idea came from. Is anything cool from Spyderco coming out in the near future? I imagine Spyderco has figured out, obviously, that they can sell anything. So if there is anything innovative, they're keeping it a secret. Fight for charity? All right. Yeah. I couldn't. No, I like, even if I wanted to, I don't think I could punch Jared. I don't know that I would want to do that anyway. I mean, for all I know, he's like really good at fighting or something, and I'm definitely not. So I don't think I'd want to get beat up for no reason. But I don't know. I guess I'd do it for charity. I'd let Jared deliver an atomic haymaker for charity. Sure. At some point, it would be fun to, like, in all seriousness, obviously I'm joking there, but in all seriousness, it would be really cool to do some sort of charity event. It's just, I got it. The master of charity events involved with the knife community is definitely Nick Shabazz. The guy has done more charity stuff than anybody. So I should consult Nick on that. What's my EDC? Dude, everything. I don't have like a perfectly dedicated EDC, but I do have uploads on the stuff that I've carried and used them, excuse me, the most. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. My first Blade show will be pretty docile. I've always said this. The whole reason I've never made a Blade show is because of time management. I mean, I have a family, and I'm dedicated to my family, and the channel is also keeping me busy. But when I finally do have time to go to Blade Show, I would really prefer to just enjoy it as a normal attendant. I don't want to bring my camera and record everything. I don't want to do promos. I just want to walk around with a ball cap with the bill low and just experience Blade Show. There's a few people I'd like to meet, but I don't really want to walk around as Metal Complex.
I just want to go see knives. Like that's the part that I love. So if I do go, that's probably how I'll do it. How tall is my mom? She's not very tall. My dad's pretty tall. My dad's 6'2". Yeah, I don't want to exactly. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, if I walk around, if I announce it, then I'll just have so many people around me all the time because I'm so popular. I'm not trying to make it sound like that, but I also don't really want to announce myself. I do want to meet people, but I also just want to experience Blade Show. There's also people who don't like me and would probably give me a hard time, which is not something that I like the thought of. Like, whatever. I kind of just want to go look at knives. My laugh would give it away? Yeah, probably. I have to, like, not... Like, if somebody tells a joke, I'll have to be like, that's satisfactory humor. Thank you. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still a knife fan. Like, that's what I am at my core. So, I'm not really interested in the potential for promotion, you know? Like, I could go to Blade Show and, like, probably, you know, set up a bunch of deals with different retailers and OEMs and create content that would generate a whole bunch of income. Sure, I could. Or I could just go and experience things and look at as much as possible, which is what I would want to do, and make some really fun purchases. I don't know if I'd call myself an introvert. I think like dealing with a lot of people at once would be kind of overwhelming, but I feel like that's the case with most people. I'm pretty social, and I don't really have a problem talking with a lot of people and like laughing and joking, but I don't know that I would do well in a crowd. Or with like a bunch of eyes like physically on me. It's one thing to do a live stream with 1,000 people, but like standing in a like a gymnasium with a microphone and 1,000 people are watching you, that sounds pretty intense. I don't know that I'd enjoy doing that. Getting fat and sassy, waiting for you to tell me which one is the better Wee Guthrie or Dalibor. Now I'm upset because I've got 30 letters left and not... It just ended. I'm biased. I like the Dalibor because it's an integral and because I'm a huge Dalibor Bergen fan. But the Guthrie is amazing. You need a hug? I got you. I'd accept hugs. I like high fives, and you know, like we can do the bro high five or whatever. That's fine. I mean, like, it's a big process, like, to decide to go to Blade Show, because number one, I would like to bring my wife with me, just to, because she's kind of my anchor, you know, I would want her there, and so then we also have to plan to be away from our kids for a few days, and you gotta, the plane ticket, and I can't make content, like, it's a big, you know, that's a lot. If it was just me, and I was single, and I had no kids, yeah, no problem. But priorities, you know? I got reflection in that knife? Yeah, I know. You guys want to see it? The Dalibor? There's always a few people on the live stream who have never seen this. This is my most recent custom. This was entirely handmade by Dalibor Bergen. The same gentleman behind the Ator from Wii. This is what one of his full customs looks like. This is a fully sole authorship everything. RWL 34 core, self-made Sanmai, Daltanium with commercially pure titanium and zirconium, full integral. It's that's a real special thing there, guys. The only things that are cut by machine are the parts that are, you know, responsible for operation, but everything else is entirely done by hand, including the sculpting of the contoured frame. That is one heck of a wild thing to create with your bare hands. All the respect in the world for Dalibor Bergen. I did not pick a winner yet. I do have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. I have to go. It is pee-pee time for me.
Pee-pee time. Pee-pee time. I'll be right back. I also want to see if my family's here. I haven't heard the bouncy ball in a while. Hello? Anybody here? All right, I'm back. So I'm gonna plug this again. I talked about this at the beginning of the stream, and I did that for people watching in the future. But I appreciate everything that my patrons have done for me in terms of support, and all the channel members. You guys can join my channel membership page by clicking a link in the description. But my channel members support me $2 a month, and they gain access to a badging system that ranks up over time and Excalibur emojis. And I always felt like I should do something more for the people who have supported me through there. So I'm going to keep my free live streams exactly the same. I'll always do them once a week. You'll always have a chance to win knives. But I am the current line of thinking is that I'm going to do additional members only streams where we do secret activities and secret special things that will definitely please all of my channel members. But basically, it's something that I want to do in addition to what I'm currently doing. So to current channel members and any future channel members, eventually you guys will have your own streams where we will do secret special things. So, and yes, it's also an opportunity for me to advertise it, but I'm not going to raise the price. I'm not going to do anything different. I'm just going to offer an additional benefit to my channel members because there are a lot of you. That's obviously a gigantic benefit, right? Google takes a small percentage of that, but there are 900 of you, and you're all paying $2 a month. So, yeah, we should do something special. Patrons already get special benefits, and they can join for $1 a month. So, and I know a lot of my patrons are doing the channel membership thing. So, yeah, we got to start doing that. Mariner 2 or Sabenza? I mean, the Mariner 2 action is way better. If you're an action snob, 100%. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love the Sabenza, and a lot of people get really upset with me for that. The Sabenza is not a very special knife to me. In fact, I find it pretty cumbersome. I would prefer the Unumzan or the Inkosi because they're larger, and especially the Unumzan is just easier for me to operate. But it's a good tool. The Sabenza is... You can't deny it. It's a phenomenal tool. The Mariner definitely has a weaker lockup and is not going to survive the same type of abuse. You shouldn't abuse either knife, but it won't survive the same level of work. It is way easier to operate, and if you're just going to use it for like normal stuff and you are an action snob, then go with the Mariner. They're both made well. Truthfully, I think the tolerances on the Sabenza are probably better. But I do like the Mariner, and I'm a big Bob Trezwola fan. The Inkosi is bigger than the Sabenza. Yeah, the Inkosi's at 8.5 inches, right? Or 8 and 3/4. It's thicker. It's a little bigger, yeah. God, it's been a long time. I gotta buy an Inkosi.
Baton with a Sebenza. Why? Why? The lock bar tension on the Sebenza is real heavy, and the engagement is really good. But I don't think batoning with any frame lock is a good idea. I will tell you, this, guys, the Winter Blade Co. Veyron, which is OEM'd by Kunwu, is ridiculous. This J-Lock is extremely strong. I have not, I mean, like, there's no evidence of, like, crazy use, but I've been pretty hard on this thing. Harder than I normally am with a review. This is a strong lock, and it is beautifully easy to manipulate with that back thing. God, I love this song. That back lock there, or that back, like, spring thing, right? No Omega springs, all coil springs. Let me tell you about this. You got two options for this guy. A little confusing, but there's a benefit to it. Kumu gave two options here, 20 CV or Vanax. For this type of knife, I think Vanax is probably a better choice. But if you choose the 20 CV, you want to know what Kunwu did for the HRC on this? 61 to 63. Holy crap. This is ridiculous, man. This one's in 20 CV, but man, they went hard on that. And I think the 61 is only because they offer a coded option. The Veyron is ridiculous, and I'll tell you right now, it is definitely up for Knife of the Year on this channel. I love this knife. It is so right up my alley. Such a wild thing. I think the Thai ones go for $330, or they're going to, on October 23rd. I would highly recommend this knife. I know that the aesthetic is going to be polarizing, but I have had so much fun carrying this. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot over the next couple of weeks. But I've had a lot of time to spend with these. I love the Factor 8. I love it. It's just a huge factor, right? But the knife that he did this year, that's the most me knife, is the Veyron. The Veyron is spectacular. I do have the auto, and I think it's really cool. And I mentioned this in the reviews. The problem with it is it's up against two knives that I love so much more. If the M-Fire was the only knife he released, I would still be blown away. It would still be one of my favorite knives of this year. I don't think in top 10, but it would be really, really cool. The problem is he released three amazing knives. So the biggest, points of criticism are that it's up against two other incredibly spectacular knives. I love the M-Fire. I love the dual factor thing. It's real easy, or the dual action thing. It's real easy to take the magnet out and make it just a manual knife. I think that's neat. But these two are so great, Can you recommend a loud, clanky, metallic action knife for 150 to 180 that looks like a clairvoyant? It was way too quiet. What's a clairvoyant? Hold on. Clairvoyant. The Kaiser? I don't know. The loudest, clankiest knife at $150 is the, it doesn't look like the Clairvoyant at all, but it's the Blade HQ exclusive Riot XO. I love this. And you can get it in 154 CM or LMAX. It's not the Clairvoyant, but it is very noisy. What do I do for a living? I do this. This is my job. I review knives, I go live, I collect pocket knives, I show them on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and I get paid for it. That is literally my full-time job. I probably work 30 hours a week, and I take the weekends off. 35 sometimes. If I have a heavy video load, then yeah, 35. But I'm running kids around to different things like in the middle of the day. Yeah, no problem. Happy to answer. I sell propane and propane accessories. Have you ever wondered, what does a guy like Mental Complex do with Patreon? I'm glad you asked. On Patreon, I do once a week exclusive uploads, once a month exclusive giveaways, private Patreon, knife buy, sell, and trade, chat, all of that, private Discord access, and private knife sales where everything is heavily discounted because I get a crap load of free stuff and give away most of it. But the stuff that I don't give away, I sell heavily discounted, usually the premium stuff, on Patreon. So Patreon members in here actually will tell you it's usually like half off. If you want access to all of that for literally $1 a month, or even less if you pay for a full year, I think it's like $10.80. You can literally click on the link at the top of chat and join my Patreon and support this channel. I promise to use your money to buy knives that I will turn into content. I mean, I feel like paying for anything else would be a slap in the face. I will literally take that money and buy knives with it. That's what I'm going to do. I will seek out the weirdest stuff and the craziest stuff, the most utilitarian stuff, and I'll review it and turn it into fun content for you guys. But yeah, the Patreon community is extremely active. I am there all the time. I'm extremely present on Patreon, updating people on literally everything. So if you want to be a part of that, I would very much appreciate it. And there's an awesome community of people over there. Seriously, my patrons are some of the nicest people in the whole world. So, link at the top of chat. Oh, the next trash Amazon knife video? Don't worry, it's this weekend! I have a huge piece of crap to share with you guys that I personally bought on Amazon. Oh my god, it is awful. I found it, and it's so good. It's so bad. It's so good. It's on Sunday. You guys will love it. It is so cursed. Oh my god, it's so cursed. I looked at the listing on Amazon. I looked at the picture, and I thought, are you kidding me? You're selling this? Like with this on it? I might get... I actually am worried that I'll get the video will get demonetized. That's how bad it is. I'm not even kidding. There's a truthfully, the thumbnail, if you look closely for the knife I'm gonna showcase, is actually censored partially. There's a small part of the thumbnail. It's like a dot that's censored. Because I thought, oh man, maybe. So we'll see. I won't spoil it. It's pretty bad though. You'll know the thumbnail because it's ridiculous. All right. Oops, sorry. It's time to reveal the giveaway knives. Oh, should we show the arch nemesis? We have to, right? I'm at the point where I can touch this now. I've spittled on it a bit. Oh god. Look at that. Look at those detailed chevrons. The glory. Ugh. Zirconium frame lock with titanium Damascus. No, zirconium Damascus inlays. Textured zirconium Damascus. So beautiful. What a treasure. We also, of course, have to show off the Lesar Bifrost Aviator again. One of the most technically complex knives that I've ever handled. Out of oh my god, the country, the Action Spectacular, by the way. So good. Unbelievable quality. So beautiful. Oh yeah, here's the the Factor 8. And I know you guys feel like I'm advertising this. I just want to be transparent with you guys. There's no like paid sponsorship with Winter Blade Co. I don't even have affiliate links. I get paid nothing to talk about these knives. I genuinely love them. Everything I talk about on this channel, paid or not, like through affiliate, I have no sponsors. Nobody pays me for content. But sometimes I have affiliate links. I don't have affiliate links for Winter Blade Co. I just think they're spectacular. Here's the size comparison up against the standard Factor. The Factor 8 is huge. It's wild. This drops tomorrow. EMP, EDC, Pulse R. Wow, there's 1,270 people in here. What took you guys so long? Welcome. My wife's anniversary gift to me this year. She'll go off 111. Got a big old battle scar on that thing. Love carrying this pocket sword, man. Almost 10 inches.
Shadow Stitch. Real happy I picked that up. Those are a hard find, let me tell you. Shadow DLC Stitch. Those are not easy to find. But man, if you can find them. This one's got a little bronze in there. Woo, boy, that's the auto stitch to get. They do charge you for not putting the words on there. For not putting the entire life story of Tony Marfione on the blade. Auto XM18, actually pretty cool. Like, I just wish that they would offer something else than 20CV, because Hinderer's Heat Treat of 20CV it's the same as Wii. It's not terrible, it's just subpar. 59 to 61. The OG EXO. This is the original with no lock and a Crane's Color exclusive, very rare in Zerkatai. Did you guys know I owned this? What serial number is it? Serial number 2. Did you guys know that I owned this? I always forget this is literally serial number 2. What a fun knife. Okay, if you're not entered, you gotta enter. That is weird. I paid for it, but I did get special treatment for that. I'm not hiding that. Yeah, they offered one of the early ones to me, and I said, yeah, I'll pay for it. I don't mind letting you guys know that I get special treatment sometimes. Like, transparency is really important to me, but when people think that I hide things, that's when I have a problem. Because if you're a regular sub, you know that I don't need to hide that stuff. Everything that I do is fully transparent. But yeah, like as a content creator, of course, I get special opportunities to buy things sometimes. Sometimes I get things for free, but a free knife will not buy a positive review. If you watch them all the way through, you know that, right? Sometimes I get free stuff and I have affiliate links for it, which means there's a incentive to say nice things about it. And then I go ahead and poop on it anyway. But not everybody knows that. You know, what are you going to do? There's nothing I can do. To those of you who know the essence of this channel and who watch things all the way through, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Like the people who really know that I'm doing everything I can to be authentic 100% of the time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And I know that there are people out there who know that. And a lot of you guys are here watching this stream right now. It's so important to me, you know. That's the only way to be successful doing what I do is to be honest all the time. You have to be. You can't think about people who think that you're not, or that you think you have some reason to not be authentic, right? There's nothing I can do about it. Like there's too many people watching, you know, so you're gonna have a variance of opinion. But to the people who know, thank you. I'm always gonna keep it real. Okay, so do this, right? How to enter. Link in the description. Sorry, the background's moving. You got to do this. There's a link in the description. God, this ring is old. It's turning yellow. It's like the calluses on my hands. It's the same color. I need to replace that. That's gross. It used to be gray. But, yeah, do the link in the description. Open it up and leave your comment. And we will showcase the knives here in just a moment. Oh, also, there's only 460 likes on the stream. Guys, there's almost 1,400 of you. Like, 460. Come on now. Click on it. It makes like a bunch of sparklies. A bunch of sparkly confetti stuff comes out of it. It's real cool. Here, I'll do it for myself. I'll like my own live stream. Oh, that's fun. Lights up. What's the knife you just skipped with the studs and inlays? Hold on. Let me go back and... The studs and inlays. Oh, this? Oh, God. What is this? It's the one that Good Screw... help me out, chat. Gosh darn it. It's got some real complicated name. And there's a super chat I'm going to read here, too. Yeah, it's made by Ria. It's literally a Chinese. Yeah, it's the Primark by Gen X. Gen X Primark. It's literally a Chinese mid-tech. And I know a lot of people are raising eyebrows at that statement. It's the truest sense of that. It is a Chinese mid-tech. This thing is ridiculous. Evan Basinger. Hey, Metal Complex. Thanks for your donation, by the way. What do you think about the Winter Blade Co. launch? I'm worried everything will go so fast. I might not be able to get my hands on something. Do you think they'll go super fast? Yeah, but I think that the OEMs he's partnering with know that they need to make a lot, so you'll probably have an okay window. I don't know if it'll be like a couple hours or a couple of days or just 10 minutes, but a lot of them will be made. If you're there on time, I would say you have a pretty good chance of getting one. So October 23rd. I don't know the exact time. Maybe he's posted it on his website, but if you're there on time, you probably will get what you want. The Mario Milita? Yeah, these are $70. Pretty sweet. I picked it up because it's KU Jayhawks colors. If you like the idea of the Milita, you just don't want to pay $200 for it, or $170 or whatever, yeah, buy this one. It's awesome. Oh my God, it's 7:24. We gotta get this. We gotta get this going, guys. All right, everybody's entered, right? Okay. So let's go through the budget stuff first. So the winner tonight is going to win everything that I'm opening up. Oh, excuse me. We have, first off, the CJRB Nova. Pretty cool knife. Thumb studs are in a little bit of an awkward spot, but it's good, right? Baby blue, compound grind, very cool. So CJRB Nova will be up in Air RPM 9 and Blue G10. We also have another special CJRB. Oh, what is this? Not quite, not a budget knife, and not quite a premium knife, but this is what I like to call the new Buck 110. And I'm trying not to touch this. I have very acidic hands, apparently, so I'm trying not to patina this. Wood and brass, and oh boy, look at that finish. Oh, also, it's in S90V. Very cool. S90V, Buck 110, heavy quotes. Pyrite. So you get that. We also have a weird, I got two of these. This is the other one. It's a really weird fixed blade from Midgard's Messer. Unbelievably thick. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to get it out of this case. Look at this chunk, man. I can't even remember what this is called. It is a huge slab of, I think it's D2. Yeah, it's literally a giant quarter-inch thick, at least, slab of D2. Basically indestructible. I literally don't think you can break this. It's just gigantic. So, and it's got a weird rubbery sheath that's kind of cumbersome, but it is funny. So, that'll be yours. It is sharp, barely. We got a Civivi. I cannot remember the name of this one, but it has like lime greens, kind of looks like key lime pie. Honestly, a good EDC profile, and I reviewed this positively. It's not incredibly unique, but it is cool, and it's done by, I forget, super thin behind the edge. This is a hollow ground Warncliffe. Very, very slicey, for sure. We have, oh yeah, I found an Ironfly. This is Kunwu's budget brand. What is this called? The Zesty. VG10 Zesty. Very straightforward. Just a great liner lock EDC. Ironfly Zesty. A great, just use it for whatever. Comes with an extra pocket clip, right? Ironfly, super underrated brand. I would very much like to look at more stuff from there. I'm surprised Sergio hasn't wanted to send me more, but so you'll get that. Don't worry, the premium stuff's coming. We got a Max Ace here. This is the Peregrine S. If you didn't know, they have a budget Peregrine in, this is 10CR 15 COMOV. That's Chinese VG10 with PP Ultim. Unlike the original Peregrine, it runs on bearings. So it's much easier to manipulate, and it has an upgraded front flipper, so it actually front flips. Kind of a duller Ultim, but definitely a good budget knife. We have a Tenable. Not a company I reviewed a ton of products from. This is the, whoops. I really want to steal that, but I'm going to let you keep it. This is the Prometheus. Black and red. Kind of a cool layered G10. You guys probably remember me reviewing this in 14C28N. Honestly, a pretty cool knife. Whoops. What do we have left? Oh yeah, here's a fun one. You haven't seen me unbox this yet. This is from Kaiser. This is the I call it the Boo Haunted House knife because it's just like they're like, yeah, okay, Halloween. Let's just put Halloween stuff on it. So it's exactly what you'd think. It's a drop bear with the see-through plastic, and then it's got haunted house and bats, and generic Halloween prints on the other side. Also bat. Bonus bat. Trick or treat? Question mark? You know, like the authentic American version of this would have an exclamation point, because trick or treat is more of a threat than it is a question. But this is weird and interesting. It's always funny to see the Halloween themed knives coming from various countries. I feel like they don't really know what to do with Halloween. Now we have some more, some premium stuff here. Am I wrong? Trick or treat is not traditionally a question. It's literally a threat. If you don't give me candy, I'm gonna TP your house. At the bare minimum, I'm gonna do that. Right? Worst case scenario, I'm gonna shoot paintballs through your window. You know, Halloween's a weird holiday. We have the concept. This is a sleeper for sure. You guys are gonna see this review. This is an awesome knife. This, I'm pretty sure, is called the Loki. This is a Damascus variant, 10CR, 9CR combo. Nice frag, beautiful ergos. This is a great EDC knife. Very easy to manipulate. Very cool profile. Titanium on both sides with a titanium clip. Really cool knife, and they have an awesome price tag on this too. I just really like the overall setup of this. This was a big surprise for me because I thought it was just kind of another generic concept knife, and I think it's a Dirk Pinkerton. Yeah. Dirk Pink. Is it? No, that's wrong. Is it? I don't know what that logo is. It is the Loki. But I can't remember who the designer is. And then the other premium knife, we have a fun one here, is a Maxace. This is the Maxace Orion. Yeah. The Maxace Orion, the most ZT. This is more ZT these days than ZT. Titanium with a blue backspacer and a MagnaCut blade. Incredibly. This is 2015 ZT to a T. Just everything. Everything that makes me think of ZT. Hidden lock bar insert too. Super cool. They even polished it for some reason. So ZT. Am I right? Yeah, really cool. I don't know if these are like 180 or 200 or something like that, but it's a nice knife. Probably, I think their MagnaCut's not incredibly high. I want to say it's like 61 to 62 or 62, 63, right? But it's still within the appropriate range. Okay. I'm running late, so we have to draw, and we gotta get this dump going. So give me a sec here. Is everybody entered? Give me a sec. Okay, Comment Picker website. Let's refresh the page. Scroll down. Just put the link in there. There's the link that you all commented under. Filter duplicate users is on. Let's get the comments. Last time we had a little bit of a bug with this website, but it looks like it's going strong tonight, so we're good to go. Fair warning, I'm going to end this abruptly. Because I gotta be done. It's 7:32. It should already be over. So we're gonna draw the winner. I'm gonna say thank you, and then that's gonna be the end of it. 1,620 entries. Here we go. The winner of this collection is ex-WebDriver Torso with some sort of triple Greek face. Good luck, everyone. Good luck indeed to you, because you won. It is definitely charged tonight. 100%. Let's look for this fellow. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Ex-WebDriver Torso. Not a bot. Chill out. Dude, ironically, spamming bot, it just makes you look like a bot. Give him a sec. If he's not here, we'll just redraw. Give him a sec. No. There he is. I told you he's right there. I told you he's real. He's a real boy. He's a real boy. Congrats. Email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and, well, I know the knives you won because you're the only winner. So, congratulations. That's all you got to do. All right? Whoops, I dropped it. Okay. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm actually going to hang out for just a sec because I realized my family's not here. So... give me a sec. I'll come back. We'll do some more live stream stuff right after. Okay. So, the population only dropped by half. It was not. It was, what was his name? Here, I'll turn the iPad back on. WebDriver Torso, and we communicated, and he said thanks, and maybe he's still here, maybe not, but he won. I'm gonna put my Ultra Custom back in the case here. It makes me a little nervous having it out. This is obviously not a knife that will ever be used, so we just put that back in one of my only XL cases. Just tuck that guy away there. I'm not super nervous around certain knives anymore, but like, you know, a lot of stuff still makes me nervous. A $6,000 knife is still, that makes me pretty nervous. Would I want to collab with Neves on a knife design? I'm gonna be honest with you. Neves and I collabing on a knife design would end up looking like what we already designed. I mean, like our preferences are so similar. It probably wouldn't be that spectacular. Something that you'll read all over Reddit, and by the way, shout out to all of the different Reddit posts, people talking about my knife and talking about how generic and unimpressive it is. We got 100 pre-orders that came directly from Reddit, so I really have to thank Reddit for overly discussing my knife and getting it to probably rank on Google. That was really nice of you, Reddit. But a lot of people talk about how generic the design looks, and you guys know, like, that's on purpose. I mean, I said that before I even announced the knife. It is very straightforward and very classic. A lot of the lines are very classic because that's a preference based on what I personally enjoy. But Neves has a lot of that too, and what that comes from is handling so many knives, having very specific and very focused ergonomic preferences. We also have an eye for things that are classic in profile because the straight lines look good. So I feel like a lot of our preferences would the end result would be a knife that looks very similar to the knives that we have already come out with. I get a ton of traffic from Reddit. There are some really dedicated Reddit haters on this, for this channel. They are always, I get a huge, I'm not on Reddit, I don't have an account, but I love to find out what like the latest complaint is about me on Reddit. It's such a fun read. I get a lot of traffic because they link videos, like they're like, can you believe that he said this? And they'll link a video and they'll talk about it, and tons of traffic comes in off of Google. So I would prefer that they continue to do exactly what they're doing. Which is complaining about everything, anything and everything Metal Complex. I would consider it an issue if they stopped talking about me. If the Reddit community stopped complaining about me and stopped being bitter, then I would be like, oh God, am I not relevant anymore? I'm kidding. There are plenty of reasons to go to Reddit and get legitimate good information, right? But I mean, with like anybody who grows to a certain size, you're going to have a certain percentage of the community who doesn't like you for one reason or another, and it's just part of it. So it's perfectly fine. And also, people are completely and totally like it's perfectly fine for people to not like me or to disagree with me or to think that there's no value in my channel. I mean, that's up to the individual, So there's no issue with that. People have every right to their own opinion, and nobody is obligated to enjoy my content or agree with it in any capacity. But I think Reddit prefers to view me as a hyper egotistical cave person who will not accept anything but like kneeling or bowing to this channel. That's the way that they prefer to view me, like almost like a supervillain, like a totalitarian, an evil upon the community. That's the way they prefer to view me, and that's the narrative, and that's okay. That's all right. Just don't stop linking things. Please link, if you're gonna talk crap, please link stuff. That always works out. I try to stress, like, I'm a professional of nothing. I don't claim to be a professional of anything. I'm just a guy who likes knives. But they're like, no, you're not. We have to view you as someone who thinks that they're better than everyone, and we will accept nothing less, because otherwise we can't create the narrative that we want to. So I'm like, well, okay, I guess, I'm the Maleficent of the knife world. Horrible plague upon the knife community. I guess that's, I gotta accept it. Google Metal Complex Reddit knives. Oh my God, there's so much. It's a fun read. The giveaway's over. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. Why am I so terrible? I don't know. You know, I wake up every day and I'm like, I could be a good guy today. No, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a shill. I'm going to have a terrible ego. I'm going to tell everybody else they're stupid. And I'm going to pretend I know everything. That's what I'm going to do. And Reddit's like, yes, good. I wake up and I think I could do something good, but I'm going to choose to be the worst possible person. Who would I collab with? Probably Brian Winters. The initial... I'm going to give you a hint into the future. If you've been watching this whole stream, you know that I hinted at a lot of really spectacular stuff. I will say this, and I know people are going to remember this if you're in here right now. There's only a few hundred people in here, but we are going to deliver... I mean, like, you know, some of the stuff we're going to do is going to be pretty expensive, but we're going to deliver some things that are pretty unique and pretty spectacular. But I have no interest in doing anything that's not interesting to a wide variety of people. I am not interested in being the most innovative knife designer. The only reason I would have interest in collabing with Brian Winters is because he is innovative. He can do things that I cannot do. And so I would like to create something at some point with him. We have no plans right now. There's no like secret thing with Brian Winters, but I do like Brian. I think he's a really nice guy, and he genuinely loves knives, and he loves like inventing new things. And I think that's really interesting. He's obviously doing things that nobody in the knife world has ever seen. And for that reason, I would be interested in collabing with him. There's not a lot of like, imagine this. Like, the reason for wanting to do that is not based on the potential for money, because it would be me and him and an OEM all splitting the revenue from it. So it would be a passion project, as is everything that I do. You know, people will look at this and be like, he has a huge fan base. He could pump out like a nothing design and just like reap the benefits. Nothing that I will do, that I am doing or will do, will ever be purely for the monetary benefit. I will make money from this, but we're never gonna, the goal is never to like make gobs of cash. The goal is to create something special from my perspective. Whether everybody else agrees with me or not is up in the air. But from my perspective, it has to be something special. It has to have lore to it. It's gotta have a soul. It's gotta have something in it. So to collaborate with Brian Winters would be purely a passion thing, to create something special. But Brian Winters or not, we do have things that are coming that are special. Exciting things. The most exciting stuff is expensive, just based on what it is. But we also have special things that are coming that are not expensive. And we're also working on things that are exciting and interesting that are in the budget territory. I have a huge interest in creating things in the budget world that are spectacular, because the budget world has plenty of great designs and a lot of not super great, interesting elements. I want to have the great utilitarian designs and then a special element. And I want to put it into the hands of people that don't want to pay a lot of money. I want to create things that are not expensive and spectacular. So, but that's difficult. It's very hard to do. It's easy to make a basic liner lock. It's not easy to make things that are not that. Well, you know, like, you want to see boring and uninspired. A lot of people call my current design boring and uninspired, and I think that's a fair take. It's a lot of people look at my Excalibur and they think that that's super boring and uninspired, and you know that they're not wrong. It's based on designs that have existed for a long time. I mean, you guys know what it's based on. It's not, nothing about the design is entirely original. It's all based on things that I like. So yeah, I think that's a perfectly fair take. The biggest hurdle right now is the two sides of the fence, you know, for people who don't like me or don't want anything to do with my channel or what I'm doing, which is fine.
But if I release my design and I don't let any other reviewers look at it, then people will say he's just selling his name. He's selling out. Nobody else is allowed to critique it before he releases it, and he's reaping the benefits of hype. If I let other reviewers review it, this was a problem with letting Neves look at it, and it was as simple as Neves and I have been friends for a long time, since way before either of us were popular on YouTube, and I think that he has a good perspective, and he's got a lot of experience with designs. I want him to take a look at it. I want him to give criticism, right? I want people to get a take there. But I also want people like Melissa Backwoods to look at it. I want Best Time ADC to look at it. Those are big channels. Obviously, there's a benefit to me there. There's a lot of exposure. But I also want smaller channels to look at it because it's important to get the perspective of people who don't have a massive audience, and just mainly because I want the different perspectives. I want people to have as many perspectives as they can so that they can go, maybe this is for me, maybe it's not. I want people to have an informed decision, right? But no matter what, there's a certain percentage of the knife community who's going to say the only reason he's sending this prototype around is because he wants to create an ad campaign for it. So there's no way for me to do this without people looking at it in a negative way. And I'm just going to accept that. But ultimately, the goal is get it to as many people as possible, keep the pre-order open as long as possible. On one hand, yes, I want the design to be successful and make it into the hands of lots of people. But I also want them to enjoy it. I want it to be a quality product, and I want people who have, a lot of respect in the community and a lot of experience reviewing knives to look at it and say what they like and don't like about it, so that people can get a better understanding of what it is and what it isn't. That's fair. That's the fairest way to do it. I mean, yeah, I make money off of it, but how many other VanX DLC integrals are on the market for the price that we sold this knife for? That's the question. For everybody saying it's overpriced, give me a competitor. Tell me that I have somebody else doing the same thing I'm doing for less. People love to say that, and then I ask them that question, and they go, I guess I'm gonna put both thumbs in my butthole because I don't know what to do. Yeah, because there's not one. The reason is because we got it as low as we could. That was a goal from the beginning. We also have a clamshell construction version coming for people who don't want to pay that money. We also have a budget version coming for people who don't want to pay even that amount of money. People love to ignore that. They love to follow the narrative of he's just out for the money. They love to ignore every other aspect of it. It can be both. I want to be successful and at the same time deliver a good product. An integral. Sure, an integral is one thing. Do they have a DLC VanX integral? Those are expensive elements. Is it contoured? Is it textured? Did they offer Timascus parts? These are elements you have to that have to be added to the equation. Whether you value them or not, I created what I wanted to create, what I enjoyed, but I delivered the best possible price I could. This is a conversation I had with Sergio for months. I said, if we're going to do this, I want it to be what I want it to be. Well, we've got to get that price down. We've got to get that price down to the lowest it can possibly be, where we can be successful at the same time, but we've got to deliver something special for the right price. I like money too, but I don't want to charge $500 or $600 for this thing. There's plenty of companies charging that for this. I want to deliver something special in this price category that's competitive. That's what we did. Drama makes the knife world go around, and people wouldn't feel special if they can't complain. That's absolutely true. A lot of the complaints are, I have no interest in this knife one way or another. I just want to complain. Just like my comment. That's part of it. Sure. The base price of the integral in VanX is $400. It's just not every element that's added in there, that's added cost. We don't
actually, like, there's plenty of competition in terms of the integral factor. There's plenty of competition in terms of a frame lock factor. But when you add everything together, there isn't another thing that's exactly this. We put expensive elements into it, and I feel like we put a fair price on it. Multiple times, Sergio was like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, this is going to be hard. I was like, we have to get it there. We got to get it there. We got to find a way to get it there. Most of the complaints are, I don't value these elements, so it's not worth it to me. But people won't put that context in there. They won't add that. They'll just say it's overpriced. And that's okay. I mean, like, in some sense, it is okay. If people don't want to pay that for it, if they like it but they don't want to pay that for it, that's okay. That's why we plan to do the less expensive versions. That's why we're doing it. Because we know that some people just don't want to pay $400 for a pocket knife. That's rational. That's a rational take. Yeah, if we made it in the United States, it'd be $800. You're not gonna make a DLC Vanax titanium integral for $400 in the USA. You're not gonna. Can you get an integral in the United States for less than $800? Oh yeah, but it's not gonna be that. All these little elements matter. I didn't want it to be plain in terms of the special stuff. I wanted it to have special elements. Would have preferred a compression lock? Would you? Would you now? Gosh. I should have thought of that. I should have considered that. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Maybe. You know what? We'll wait. Why don't you just wait on that one? I think the biggest, like complaint that we're going to hear from other reviewers, which is totally valid, is not everybody's going to like the clip, because my preferences on pocket clips are a pretty hot take. And Kunmu had the idea of making the clips interchangeable with other Kunmu clips, which they fully plan to release individually. This is a fact that not many people know, but Kunmu will have many different clips that will fit my knife. So if you hate my choice for the pocket clip, that's okay, because you'll be able to choose a different one, and you'll be able to buy the clips individually at some point. If you already own a Kunmu knife, the chances are the clip's going to fit it. This clip, for example, will fit it, and it will land in the appropriate spot. I think it's like, I think what will be taken, out of context from this rant is that I can't accept criticism, and it's not true. I want people to acknowledge what I'm trying to do, and the fact that I am trying to cater to as many people as possible. I think it's okay to not want to pay $400 for a pocket knife, but to say that, like, I'm trying to money grab is just inaccurate. It's not that I can't accept the criticism, it's just not true. We created something that doesn't exist as far as, like, all the elements on the market. And so for people who don't want those elements, that's rational. So we're going to make something that doesn't have the elements that they don't want, and for less money. I want to do that, but I can't shout this to everybody all at once. All I can do is talk about it on live streams and stuff. So eventually we'll have these things, we'll have them out there for people. And it still won't satisfy everybody. People will always find a reason to complain, but I'm going to do my best to deliver a quality product to as many people as possible and improve on it over time. Not abandon it and just move on to the next thing, but do everything I can to make it better and better and better, because this is a dream project for sure. Oh yeah, I won't even be secretive about the Giga version. We're doing Giga Excaliburs. We're honestly gonna dive into the lore and the Four Swords story of Excalibur
I love the idea of doing a Caliburn for anybody who's deep in that. But the Caliburn, I pitched that idea to Sergio of doing a Caliburn Giga Chad. We will make it spectacular. If you want to buy a crazy version of it, it will be crazy. It will be crazy. We're going to do it for sure. I always put the pre-order on every video post, but I don't talk about it. Like, it would be super annoying if I, like, put an ad for Excalibur in every single upload. I just post the link in the video and just leave it there. And if people want to get in on it, then they can. It's not the last time you're going to, you know, hear me talking about it. Because when the final versions of it, like the full production versions of it pop in, like, I'm going to do a video on that. But I think, like, doing, like, plugging Excalibur in every video would be hyper annoying. The goal of the channel is still to review other products. Like, the vast majority of the channel, and I mean like 99.99999% of the content will always be showcasing other people's work. I have announced Excalibur. It's there. I can talk about it on live streams. The content is still going to remain the same. Concept Loki, top left, yeah. I think PayPal is it. I don't know if there's another payment method. I think it's just PayPal. Let's give away some memberships. It's almost 8 o'clock, guys. Holy moly. Ooh, I can give away 10 free ones. I'm going to give away 30 memberships. 5. Oops. 5 more. And another 20 that I'll pay for. Soul Calibur would be tricky because that's copyright, but I love the idea. I will say this, when the time comes for the next design, it will be very wacky. This first one was the combination of enthusiast and user in mind, with people who have a taste for the premium stuff, because that's me. The first design was all that. When I do design in the future, they'll be pretty wacky, because that's another side of me that I that I can translate into pocket knives. And as many wacky things as I've experienced, I definitely want to explore that. But the details of that are yet to come. It is 8 o'clock. This stream has officially gone on for 2 hours. Thank you so much to everybody who has hung out with me tonight and enjoyed this stream. Congratulations to the winner. Thank you so much to my wonderful channel members and my amazing patrons. You guys are awesome. Everybody who's involved in this in any capacity is awesome. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for letting me live my dream. No words for that. So thank you. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.